Hi book lovers, it's Jenny at Julia Baby Jen's Reading Room, and this is my book haul for September 28th.
Busted!
This week I went pretty crazy. This week I didn't go very crazy at all, although I did get a few books. So yay for me. With ebooks. I got a couple e-arcs. I got Alienated by Melissa Landers, which looks like kind of like a science fiction YA romance type book. It looks pretty good. And then Diamonds and Deceit by Layla Rashid, which is a sequel to Cinders and Sapphires, which I have not read, but I do have an arc of it that I need to read. So I need to read that so I can read the sequel, and it looks pretty darn good. I got a few ebooks on my Kindle. I got Au Revoir, A Crazy European Chick by Joe Schreiber. That was on sale for $2.99, and I know lots of people have loved that book, so thought I would try it. And then I got two books by a new author that I never heard of, but a friend of mine in Goodreads recommended them, and they were free yesterday on Kindle, so grabbed them. They're by Everett Morgan, and Tomorrow's Past is the name of the series, I think, and one is called The Hunt, and one is called The Rescue. Looks like a dystopian type of thing, so looks good. And then Joe by H.D. Gordon was also free, so I grabbed that. It's the start of a new series. I don't know, I have a lot of H.D. Gordon books that I have not read. I need to read some books by this person, by her. And then I got Unwind by Neil Schusterman. It was on sale as a daily deal for $1.99, so that has been on my to-read forever. My library has it. I was gonna check it out there, but I'd rather just own it for $1.99. I did, so yay. And now on to physical copies. This one I was so happy to get. A good friend of mine, Heidi, on Goodreads, has been sending a book around the world. Well, in the U.S. and Canada, I guess. And I think I'm 6th or 7th on the list. And she's sending this book around, and after we're done with it, we send it to the next person on the list. We're trying to make it all around by the time the end of the year is. And I think there's 3 more people after me, and it's almost October. So I'm going to try to read this really fast and get this off, because I would really like to see it done before the end of the year. But it is called The Last Days of Summer by Steve Kluger, and it looks really good. I kind of was reading the blurb on the back, and I think this is something that I would really like. So I'm excited to read this. This looks really good. And then as people have been sending it off, they've been sending like postcards and things with it, bookmarks. Yeah, here's a bookmark that Katie in Florida made for Heidi. That's been coming around with the book. This is the person who had it before me, Harold, Stevens Point in Wisconsin. This is the University of Wisconsin. And then we had Canada. I have to look up to see who it was because I can't remember. But she said she'd never seen a Mountie, but she thought it was cool that she found a postcard. And this one's also from her, Canada. She said this is very close to where she lives. And then we've got one from Becky this is Grove City College, Rainbow Bridge in Pennsylvania. Sometimes I take walks and cross this bridge. Sometimes we try skipping stones in the creek. That's cool. It's an actual place that she's been. That's neat. And then here's another postcard from her. I didn't go to college here, but I live right next to their tennis courts. So, cool. And then this one is from Wendy. A little quote there. Ypsilanti in southeast Michigan. Just east of Ann Arbor and west of Detroit, so I know where that's at. So Michigan, yay. So that's all that was in the book, and I will throw in some postcards. I know I have a couple from Story City, Iowa, which is where I work and where I graduated high school. So I have a couple there, and it's actually the place where I had my very first job. So that's kind of funny. So my very first job was in Story City, Iowa. My first official job was in Story City, Iowa, and my most recent one is. I guess I went home again. I didn't mean to. So that's funny. So yeah, I don't think I have any from my hometown, Radcliffe. It's 500 people, so I don't think there's any postcards. Maybe I'll take a picture. We do have really cool windmills right north of us. There's a huge windmill farm right. You can see it from my window, which is really cool. Hundreds of windmills out there, so that's kind of neat. Maybe I'll take a picture of that. So yeah, and then I don't know if I'll find any other postcards. I guess I could go to Ames, which isn't too far. There's probably some Iowa State postcards or stuff like that there, I'm sure. So I'll see what I can find, and if I have any pictures, I'll send them. And I have a ton of bookmarks, so I'll send some bookmarks. Maybe I'll even send a signed one. So yay. So yeah, I'm really excited to read this. I'm going to do this within the next week and get it off. So cool. Then I got a couple of book trades. I got Anita Beautiful by Suzanne Young, which is, I think, like an angel type paranormal story. It looks really good. It's been on my to-read for a long time. An old book friend of mine, we met on Facebook. She had her own book club on Facebook, and she kind of stopped doing it. But she'd pick 2 books every month, and then she started having us kind of pick the books. And this was one of her picks, and she loved it. And I never got a chance to read it. At the time, I was mostly reading books from the library, and they didn't carry it. So I was so happy to see it. And I do have the sequel. The sequel is A Once So Wicked, and I have an arc of that. So I was really happy to get this so I can read the arc, too. And then another trade I got was My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick. This has been on my to-read for a while, too. It's just a contemporary, and it looks good. But Sweet Peril by Wendy Higgins. I kind of forgot this book came out. It came out in April, and I did like Sweet Evil, and I never read this book. None of my libraries have it, and it wasn't very expensive on Amazon, so I went ahead finally and just bought it. And at the same time, I ordered Corsets and Clockwork, which is 13 steampunk romances, several good authors. Leslie Livingston, Kirsten White, Michael Scott, let's see, Anna Guire, Jacqueline Dollimore, Tessa Grattan, Freeman Jones, Caitlin Kittredge, Adrian Kress, Leslie Livingston, Drew Pagliasotti, Dia Reeves, Michael Scott, Maria V. Snyder, Tiffany Trent, and Kirsten White. Some really good authors, and these are all just short stories that are of a steampunk variety. And this, if you are interested in it, it was like, I think, $3 on Amazon, so I grabbed it. So yay, a fun looking, and I like shorts. I like anthologies. They're fun to read when you're just in the mood to read a little something. I think that's it. That's my book haul for this week, so not too bad. I'm pretty excited about it, so yay. So I will let you know what I think of these books after I read them. I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Talk to you later. Bye.
Busted.